And, there was a moment where I was playing defense against Cade, and he went to the hole, and I got elbowed in the face, like the first possession.
Flagrant elbow.
So that was, a welcome to NBA moment.
What's up, Piston fans? It's your boy Flagrant Elbow, and the Detroit Pistons beat the NBA champs, the Golden State Warriors, 128-114. So we're going to talk about a few things, who my player of the game was, but also some things that I seen even Coach Casey do that was different, and two key factors that I seen for these Detroit Pistons winning this basketball game. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for giving the channel some love. Right now, we are sitting at about 594 subscribers. 594 subscribers. So I thank everybody for their continued support and for showing the channel some love. Please don't forget to leave in the comments how you felt about the game, some points you liked, some things you saw as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video. Tonight's game, Pistons won 128-114, beating the Golden State Warriors. Now, how were they able to do that? Well, Golden State was missing Klay Thompson, of course. Andre Iguodala was out. But so what? The Pistons still got a solid win against a high-powered team. They got some big men. They got Draymond down there still in the paint. But they got Looney and a couple other big men, Wiseman off the bench. They got some big men down there, but they also have some scorers. Poole and Curry can score the ball. I think Poole even had a stretch where he scored like 12 points, 9 of which came within 30 seconds, dropping 3 after 3 after 3. So the Pistons definitely needed their fans there. Those fans that were in attendance, they had 99% capacity filled today. That was a solid game, and the fans really helped out. But some things that happened on the court with the team-wise, player-wise, was that the Pistons outscored the Golden State Warriors in the second quarter, third quarter, and the fourth quarter. Second quarter, they held the Golden State Warriors to only 18 points. 36, Golden State 37-36 in the third, and in the fourth quarter, holding them only to 23 points. 28 for Detroit and 23 for the Golden State Warriors. Some of the team stats from the players, outstanding players, was, for one, in this game, we had 4 players in the starting lineup have 20 points or more. All 5 players in the starting lineup were in double-digit point. So, what players did something big? Well, the high scorer today was Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey came up big. He had 4 from 9 from the 3. He was aggressive. He was on the ball, on the floor, fighting for loose balls. He had 6 rebounds, 3 assists. But one thing I liked about Saddiq Bey got to that free throw line, shooting 6 for 6 from the free throw line tonight. So Saddiq Bey did his thing. He wasn't just settling for 3-pointers, but he was also driving the ball in the paint, and that turned into him getting some free throws and getting the other players in foul trouble. I loved it. Cade Cunningham, he was aggressive today. He had 23 points. He shot 1 for 3 from the 3-point line. He had 10 rebounds and 9 assists. He almost had a triple-double. The boy almost had a triple-double and a block shot. Now, doing all of that scoring and being aggressive as he was, he still only got to the free throw line 4 times. The refs aren't giving him any love. 4 times he got to the free throw line. So he dropped all the free throws, so that's a big plus, but it just shows that they're not respecting his game still. The last 3 games, his scoring has been through the roof, but they aren't respecting his game yet. So hopefully the refs will start respecting his game. His free throw should definitely go up. One thing about Cade's game is that the whole team plays better and they feed off him when he's being aggressive. When he's aggressive, seeking to get his own shot, teammates are cutting. He had one nice bounce pass where usually Killian would go and flare out to the elbow for the 3, but Killian came all the way around and came in towards the hoop, and Cade was able to find him on a nice bounce pass. So the teammates, the players are going to respond to how Cade plays. His aggressiveness is going to help them get their shots. Everybody will be able to get there, but Cade just has to be aggressive. You know what his secret weapon is, in my opinion? His secret weapon is that mid-range shot on the elbow. To me, that's his best shot. His mid-range game is nice, but I mean, he's almost automatic from there. So I think that's a nice a weapon that he has, especially off a nice pick. And he gets that defender on his hip, and he comes right in there, right at the elbow at the free throw line, and puts that shot up, and that shot goes in. But like I said, the refs aren't giving him any love. He only shot 4 points, but four times from the free throw line. But it's still good to see Cade being aggressive out there. He played 39 minutes. He put in a long game today. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll take that as long as he's being aggressive and getting others involved. And like I said, he was out there putting work in. 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists, and a block shot. Cade did his thing today. Refs, give the boy some love. Show him some love out there. What about Bojan? Bojan Bogdanovic was Bojan Bogdanovic. He got 21 points, not one of his higher scoring games with the Pistons, but we're going to take that 21, 3 for 6 from the three-point line, 50%. Bojan gets that ball at the three. You know that's going in. He shoots a high percentage, and that's one of the things that the Pistons need to help open and spread that floor open so that Cade, Cunningham, and Ivey can do their thing in the paint. So I appreciate Bojan being on the team. Glad they extended him some money, 2 more years for 39.1 million to be here in Detroit. So I'm definitely glad. Gave him some money, and we're looking at using him to continue to do what he does best, drop that 3 ball and spread the floor for the Pistons. They got a winner in getting Bojan, and he's tough, and he's a teacher too. Always working with the guards, always working with the team, helping them all out as a solid veteran should do, and we appreciate him being on the team for that. Ivey had a quiet game today. Ivey was getting mugged. Only made it to the free throw line 5 times. He missed a couple of those free throws. He shot 3 for 5, 2 for 5 from the 3 points, and he had 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Ivey was still active, and that's one thing I like about Ivey, and I said in another video, when you look at him and Cade Cunningham playing together, they don't have to run anything for Ivey. Ivey is active enough to where he's going to be effective in any way he can on the offensive or the defensive end. He's going to be effective. You're going to know he's in the game. He does a lot of little things, and he's always where the ball is, almost to a fault, because sometimes he gets into foul trouble, but he's always where the ball is. He's a magnet, and he's always around it. Coming in as a rookie, getting rebounds from a shooting guard position like he's doing, and getting a high number in assists. Definitely needed on this team. And then on the defensive end, getting steals, getting blocks. So we definitely like Ivey being here. He's doing his thing. Like I said, it was a quiet game for him, only 15 points, and that's what we're saying about a rookie. It's a quiet game because Ivey does his thing. So the thing about Ivey, he was not injured but sick a few games ago. Then he came back and still wasn't 100%. So now he's getting better. He's getting better now. He's getting a little more loose. But I will say that he gets mugged. He gets mugged. Between him and Cade Cunningham, we only shot 9 free throws. The refs aren't giving him any love. He gets mugged down there. When he has that ball, teams are coming for him. So hopefully they will show the team some love moving forward, recognizing that these 2 guys are stars. So now, who was my man of the game? To me, the player of the game for the Detroit Pistons is going to be Beef Stew. I'm talking about him last because he was my player of the game. Beef Stew had a career high of 23 points. 23 points. He shot 2 for 5 from the 3. And for rebounds, he had 13 rebounds. Beef Stew was doing his thing. He's undersized. He's out there wrestling, but he's aggressive, and he always is on 10. I said that in one of my other videos. One thing about Beef Stew, you always gonna get effort all game long. That's why it's so important to get him some help down there. Hopefully Noel comes back. Duran sustained the ankle injury. Hopefully that's not too serious. He can come back within a game or 2 of being out, put some ice on it. Marvin Bagley, we need him back bad, and it looks like him and Alec Burks will be returning soon, but he needs some help down there. But even without the help, Beef Stew put up career numbers in points, 24 points for Beef Stew. And here's the strong part for me. He got to the free throw line 11 times. Beef Stew got to the free throw line 11 times. That shows you how busy he was. He knocked down 10 free throws. So that shows you he was active, looking to get to the basket, looking to score. He got to the free throw line 11 times. So he was active. He's always been active. But to see him get a career high in points and 13 rebounds was really a good thing, especially against players like Looney And they had Draymond Green also being out there. So the Pistons did their thing, and they impressively pulled off a win against the champions, the NBA champion. Now, what do I think they did to be able to do that? I'll get to that in a minute. First, I want to talk about some personnel changes that it seems like Casey made. Some decisions it looked like Casey made that made sense. Everybody's talking about fire Casey. Everybody wants to fire somebody when teams aren't winning. But according to what I thought everyone understood going into the season was that, hey, we're not going to be winning right now. They're not contenders right now. Next season, the year after that, maybe 2 or 3 seasons out, they should be contenders. But this is not the year where the Pistons were looking to win a bunch of games. Even Vegas had them at 27.5. And for some reason, Vegas know what they're talking about. But they had them at 27.5 games. That's not a lot of games considering we only won 23 games last season. So I don't know what miracle people are looking for to happen with the team of a bunch of youngsters, a couple veterans, and all of them being new, playing together as a whole unit. A couple players played together last year, of course, but as a whole unit, chemistry has to be built. Brand new core pieces are in there. Jaden Ivey's brand new. Duren's brand new. Chemistry has to be built up. Bogdanovich, brand new. But you will see some exciting basketball throughout the season. Win or lose, we all should see some exciting basketball throughout this season. And the process in the restore, the steps, the levels that they're taking will begin to make sense. But if you do not think that this team is more talented than it has been in the last 5 years, then something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you, especially if you don't think they're headed in the right direction. So Casey made some personnel changes, and he's learning the roster too. A few games ago, we were seeing Kojo out there for extended minutes. Tonight, he only played 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Diallo played 12. He was out there balling, though. He was out there doing his thing. Didn't score a lot, but he was out there getting rebounds, getting assists and steals. He was out there being disruptive on the defensive end. And he got to the free throw line and made 2. But Casey made some personnel changes, and it didn't include Kojo being out there. Kojo being out there for any extended time period. That made me happy. Crunch time, I don't want to see him out there necessarily, unless he's rolling. If he comes out there and he looks like he's not in it, or he's trying to do too much, getting fouls or doing stupid stuff, then he got to come out of there. So I was happy with that. Hayes and Diallo, I think right now you're going to get a better defensive front, at least with Hayes and Diallo being out there coming off the. It's going to be better that way. And also he had it seems as if he had Saddiq Bey rolling with the bench some too, and that helped him be more aggressive. That helped the second unit scoring, because it seems as if when Saddiq was out there with the second unit, it was all on him to go ahead and create, do your thing, and he did. He was very aggressive, not just settling for threes, but he was very aggressive getting to the basket, taking his man and getting to the basket. And I like to see aggressive Saddiq Bey doing that. 28 points tonight for Saddiq. 6 free throws tonight for 3 assists tonight. He did have a few turnovers, 3 turnovers. Still, I'd rather see Saddiq Bey being aggressive and not just settling and waiting for the 3 ball. It'll be there, but get to the basket. That puts pressure on the other team and gets those players in the foul trouble. You get tired of seeing our players all the time, the ones in foul trouble. Be aggressive and get the other team players in foul trouble so they have to come out. But being aggressive also sparks the rest of the team. So the whole team was just aggressive, pounding it inside. And you like to see that. And that opens up the 3-point shooting. 3-point shooting and penetration go hand in hand. So you like to see that. And Saddiq Bey did a good job of that. So Casey making the decisions and the little tweaks he did, not using Kojo, throwing Bey in there for extended period of time was nice to see, and it seems to have worked. Another thing, it seems as if the team got away from switching so much. At times it looked like they were in man. I know they went to zone a few times, but they pulled back on the switching at times. I don't know if it was just personnel, is it something they're trying, but it seemed to help out. Even held Golden State to a 24-second violation. And with as many shooters and cutters as they have, that was huge. Because usually when you defending Golden State, when that shot clock go down, somehow somebody end up wide open. And usually it's Steph or Poole, and they're going to drain a wide open. Detroit was able to hold them, like I said, to a 24-second violation, shot clock violation, and also held them defensively only 18 points in the second quarter and 20 when the game was on. So, with that being said, what do I think were the 2 keys of winning this game tonight? Was defense. For me, it was defense. Defensive intensity. I cannot stress this enough. But defensive intensity, what is that? That's grit. That's getting on the ground. That's doing everything you can. Fighting and clawing. Throwing elbows. Flagrant elbows. No, they don't want to hurt nobody. But it's just being aggressive, though. Being aggressive. Defensive intensity. That is what I felt won this game. Not just waiting to get hit in the mouth. Golden State came out and dropped 37 points in the first quarter. Detroit only had 29. Going into the second, Pistons woke up and started locking them boys down. After 37 points to start the first quarter, they only got 18 points in the second and went into halftime. Detroit went into halftime with up on them. I think I forgot they had a lead, maybe 8 points, something like that. They had a lead on going into the halftime. And you like to see that because you hate to see teams celebrating and having fun out there. When you play the Pistons, you shouldn't be having fun. You should be looking like, boy, these young boys playing. These young boys everywhere. But you shouldn't be out there having fun, sticking your tongue out, having a ball out there. Nah, not when you play in Detroit. And this is part of the identity that I like to see for the Pistons. Go out there and play ball. Don't get punked out. Don't be that team. Go out there with defensive intensity. So that everybody that come there, they bring in lunches. Everybody that's got the Pistons on the board, they bring in lunches. I don't care if they do win. They're not going to get an easy one. So Beef Stew set the tone. He's always aggressive. Cade's aggressive. But that defensive intensity is what the Pistons' identity should be about, and is what is going to help them build an identity and build the restore the proper way. Playing with that Detroit grit. And that's what you want to see from the Pistons. And what does that lead to? That leads to the second thing that I think was a major factor in winning this game: offensive intensity. When you playing and locking down on defense, it leads to offensive intensity as well. Offensive intensity as well. Easy transition basket. That's something that you want to see from these Pistons. Easy. Make the game easy by locking down defensively. Shots won't fall every night. The Pistons shot 42% today from three-point. Golden State only shot 30%. That's not going to happen all the time. You know that. You know that. We all know that. But offensive, being aggressive offensively, led the team to shooting as a team 38 free throws to Golden State's 25. That's a lot of free throws. And they made 89% of them. They've been missing a lot of free throws lately. They made 89% of their. So that's what you want. Good teams like Golden State, they only shot 25 free throws. They made 96%. They only missed one. And that's what good teams do. So if we're going to be aggressive and get to that free throw line and can make those free throws, that's what you want to see. And offensive intensity is what's going to get you to that free throw line. Not just the whole team standing around shooting threes. We are not the Detroit Warriors. We are the Detroit Pistons. So that's some points that I want to share with you on the game. It was a great game. It's good to get a win. The Pistons are 2 of 5 on the record this season so far. Golden State is 3 of 4. And it's just good to see. Now we got a big test coming tomorrow up against Milwaukee. Hopefully Duran is going to be able to play. I don't know. But if not, hopefully Noel can get out there and play. I don't know what his status is and how soon he's going to come back, but they don't have him listed as injured. So hopefully he can get out there. I think the team is just holding out on him as long as they can until they really, really need him. And then in the meantime, too, you're waiting for Marvin Bags to get back, too. So they're going to have their hands full tomorrow against Giannis. But it can be done. It can be done. And if anything, at least I want to see an exciting game where the team is competing. That's what I want to see at least. So hopefully that's what they would do. That's what they would do tomorrow. So that's all I wanted to share with everybody. Once again, I thank everybody for checking out and subscribing to the channel. 594 subscribers. Leave in your comments how you felt about the players today. What do you think the future holds for them? What some things you'd like to see any of the players do to improve the team? Something you'd like to see the team do to get better, Casey do to get better, and how you feel about who my player of the game was, Beef Stew, for today and the level of intensity that he had. So, we can be happy. We can celebrate this for about another hour, and then our folks got to get ready to get on Milwaukee. That's all I wanted to share with everybody. Lions did lose, so winning today kind of makes you feel a little bit better about Detroit sports, right? Right. So that's all we got. With that, I want to thank once again everybody for subscribing, for checking out the video. Please send a like, and if you haven't already subscribe to the video. With that being said, that's all I got. Stay safe.